We are going to present chapter 66 to 93, right? And I start with Capitu getting closer to Dona Gloria while Bentinho was at the seminar. Then some days after Dona Gloria got sick, really sick, and then Bentinho had to come back home to visit Dona Gloria, and he was really worried about her health and if he was going to find a dead body. And then Jose just explained to him that it wasn't that important, it wasn't a big deal, and he was like, oh, if she dies. For a moment he thought, if she dies, maybe I won't need to come back to the seminar, and this consumed him by the remorse. And then he came back to home. He visited his mother, and when he saw her burning to fever, he did what he called, it was the last promise. He prayed to God to help him and to forgive him about the sin and to help his mother about her health. So in exchange of 2,000 paternosters. And in the next chapter, he went to a mass, and after that he saw Sancha. They met, and she was really worried about Dona Gloria's health, and he explained that she was okay, she was getting better, and that's it.
I'm speaking about chapters 71 to 76. Bentinho leading Escobar to the door when he realized that Capitu was watching them in the window, while Bentinho was introducing Capitu to Escobar. A boy passed on the street riding his horse, and he looked to Capitu, and Capitu to him. Bentinho ran to his room, freaking jealous and crying a lot. He started to think about to become a father, and even so to kill Capitu. But however, in the next day, Bentinho and Capitu had a conversation, and she told She told him that she had considered an abuse. He trusted her, and she had a promise that she had promised that the next time he doesn't believe her, they will break it down.
Okay, my part is chapter 77 to 8. After this situation, Bentinho has an adolescent love crisis, which he doesn't know how to explain and doesn't like to remember. Then he returned to the seminary, feeling a necessity to tell someone about him and Capitu. Escobar was who received the confidence. And Bentinho said, I cannot be a padre. Escobar tells his secret too, saying, I don't intend to finish the course either. My love is commerce. Bentinho's mother was a good fearing. Then, for them, she promised her son for an ecclesiastical career. The separation was difficult, but I forgot this word. She repented her promise. She didn't repent her promise. Then have the other chapters, it was Michel. Chapter 21 to 24. Bentinho 81 to, sorry, 24. She's going to start again. Sorry. Bentinho went to Sancha's house to see Capitu, which was there like a nurse because Sancha was sick. Then Gurgel talked with him about the portrait, which was his wife. He said that she looks like Capitu. After this, Bentinho went going to his house. An old man called him to say about Manduca's death, and invite him to coming at the house to see the dead boy.
Yeah. My chapter is 85 to 89. Don Casmurro entered the tiny shop. In a corner of the dinner room, he saw his mother crying because of Manduca's death. Bentinho go to the window to give his memory a breath of air because the dead boy was horrible. Manduca suffered from a cruel disease, the leprosy. When Bentinho saw the pitiful body of his neighbor, he turned away his eyes, but he looked a second time and kept looking until then he backed away completely and left the room. Bentinho's house was so close by that in less than 3 minutes he found himself inside his house. He stopped in the hall and caught his breath. Sorry. He was trying to forget the dead boy. He needed to see the fresh and lovely face of Capitu. And Bentinho said, love lads, and above all, love beautiful and spirit girls. They have a remedy for ills, fragrance to a sweet stench. For that, they give you life. Love, lads, love. And Bentinho arrived at the top step, and he heard from memory the words of Manduca's father, asking to him to go to the funeral. He thought that he could go, but if his mother handed to him a carriage. Bentinho's mother was so puzzled when Bentinho asked to her to go to the funeral because he lost a day at the seminary.
My chapter is 90 to 93. Starts with Bentinho passing in front of Manduca's house quickly because he couldn't go to the funeral and because his mother didn't let him go. And while he was passing, he remembered of their relationship, their friendship, and back to when they started changing letters about the Crimea's war. This was keeping Manduca distracted from his disease. Bentinho get home and found cousin Justina commenting that she didn't like of Escobar's look. She said that he looked like a policial look. He had a policial look. And Dona Gloria was praising Escobar. She said that he was a very serious boy. Bentinho went out of his house and found Escobar. And Escobar started to make compliments about Dona Gloria and asked a lot about Dona Gloria's real estate.